Chin tucked boxing, baby.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yep, you know what time it is, man. This is yet again, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. I'm about to wreck your chin with this one. Hey, this dude, Terrence Crawford, man, is at it again. He's very, very serious about fighting Canelo Alvarez, man. He pretty much is standing on his word, man. He want that fight. He feel he can beat Canelo Alvarez no matter the weight class, whether it's a catch weight or at 168. He feel he can beat Canelo Alvarez. But along the way of, calling out Canelo Alvarez, showing that he's serious about making that fight, he bringing up some great points, man, that I think a lot of people forgot about, which I didn't forget about. I didn't forget about it because I remember a lot of fans here saying that when Canelo signed that 3-fight deal with PBC recently, that, Charlo, Errol Spence, and possibly David Benavidez was the 3 fights that he was going to make. That was before, of course, Errol Spence lost in dominating fashion to Terrence Crawford. So now Terrence Crawford has the question for all of us. He asked us, what do we think about Canelo Alvarez, saying he will fight Errol Spence at 160. But when it's him who's calling out Canelo Alvarez at 160, all of a sudden now Canelo can't make the weight. Yes, sir, that's a very good question, man. I'm not going to lie to you. That is a very, very great question. You got to think about it. Canelo Alvarez is known to have stamina issues. He is pretty much, I don't want to call a weight bully, because if you can make the weight, man, you can make the weight. So I don't like using the term weight bully really like a lot. But I will say that he's stronger than most of the guys he fought, especially when he fought guys like Kovalev, who seemed to be over the hill. And, the only person that seemed to have his number was Bivol. And I think that he thought he had the experience level on Bivol. So he thought that, this is going to be an easy fight. I can just walk him down, beat his arms up, make him drop his guard, and knock him out of there. The same way he did with Caleb Plant. But, of course, Bivol proved that otherwise. So I feel like with that style, if he was trying to fight in that style at 160 after draining himself to make that weight, I don't think he's confident in himself in making that weight and having that level of a fight. But you got to compare that to a fight where Errol Spence would have been like. Because at 160, fighting Errol Spence at 160, it would have been a different fight. Errol Spence ain't moving his feet around the ring. He ain't, making Canelo really think much when it comes to where he's going to place his punches at. Canelo Alvarez knows Errol Spence is going to be there to be hit. But Terrence Crawford knows a different question. Terrence Crawford does subtle movement with his feet nowadays. He doesn't move as much as he used to at 135 or at 140, but he does move in subtle ways to where, Errol Spence found out that centimeters in the fight is paramount. So I think Canelo Alvarez understand that fact. And the centimeters that Terrence Crawford step back when we need to, it would cause Canelo Alvarez fits, in my opinion. In my honest opinion, I think the footwork is what I give over Canelo Alvarez when it comes to the Terrence Crawford fight. Now, a lot of people would say that Terrence Crawford is so much smaller than him. So what better way to even their playing field up, in my opinion, than meet him at the catch weight at 160? That's just me thinking as a fan. But you got to put logic to that. Canelo is a little older. He's in his upper 30s now, So cutting weight ain't as easy as it was before when he was in his younger 30s or upper 20s. I understand that. Me being in my upper 30s myself. I will also say that I understand what Canelo means about, he won't have anything to win in that fight. He's so much, all thing he would get if he did beat Terrence Crawford, people would say was, he was too small anyway. But people are saying that now about Jermell Charlo. And Jermell Charlo came all the way to 168 from 154. And you seem to want that money anyway. You took that fight regardless. So my question is, why not do it for a fighter, in my opinion, who's bigger, especially now, than Jermell Charlo? People are actually asking for this fight. Nobody asked you for a Jermell Charlo fight. Nobody was knocking on your door and asking you questions repeatedly whenever you talked, in the media about when you want to fight Jermell Charlo. Everybody was pretty much thinking, it's going to be Jamal. But people are asking you now about Terrence Crawford. He has the casual fan name ringing right now. He has the casual fans ringing right now. They understand that he's now the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. They understand that he's now the big bad boogeyman. I'm going to have to say it. So I say this. Canelo Alvarez is in an awkward spot. because his self-proclaimed best Mexican fighter of all time, which I disagree. My favorite Mexican fighter of all time is Juan Romero Marquez. But, you know, Marquez, his style of fighting and his heart was what, and his counter punching, his combination punches is what attracted me to his fighting style. But I digress. Canelo Alvarez is in a tough spot because he has to fight somebody meaningful. Like, it's no more Kovalevs out there. There is no more Triple G's on the third fight out there. There's no more Jamel Charlos out there. You have to fight somebody now that people really, really, you know, consider a competition. And I'm gonna be honest with you, his tough spot is that his easier fight, when that all been said and done, about who's competition and who ain't, his easier fight out of everybody, it might be Terrence Crawford, bro. Let's keep it 100. Terrence Crawford is, like I said, a smaller man. You know, you can go in there and put the weight on him and he might fold, you know what I'm saying? His other fights would be guys like Bivol, fight him in a rematch, or fighting the Mexican monster himself, David Benavidez. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question, man. What guy, if Canelo Alvarez was really trying to play it safe, you know, is Terrence Crawford a safe bet? Let's keep it 100. Is Terrence Crawford a safe fight for him at this moment? Because, like I said, if we really want to please the fans and get the fans what we want to see, then he's gonna have to fight the David Benavidez of the world, give us the Bill rematch. Shit, maybe you can fight Better Beef. We're gonna have to fight a guy like Better Beef, who I think is too big for Canelo, but you know, it's competition. I mean, saying Canelo would probably suffer in this position. I think his biggest fault was when he was pretty much not downplaying from the get-go the possible Crawford fight. When he wasn't downplaying it earlier, after the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight, when he pretty much was leaving the door open for interpretation, when he was pretty much saying that yeah, he's too small, but you know, if it makes sense. But it's starting to seem like it's making sense. It's starting to seem like people are asking you for this fight, and it seems like Terrence Crawford is asking you for it, which in turn is making the fans want to ask for it. So I'm gonna say it again. If you Canelo Alvarez's team, what do you expect? You want to catch him in the catch weight? Shit, maybe not at 160. Maybe you are Canelo. You do have the, you know, the A side on negotiating. So maybe you say, okay, if you can't make 168, then why not meet me at 165 or 163 or some shit like that? Some shit is still up under the 160s. Cause like Terrence Crawford said in this tweet, man, he said it ain't like it will matter to him. I think when he said it doesn't really matter to him, I think he's saying, yo, I come to 168. There's no problem for me. Let me know in the comment section what you think, man. With that being said, man, this is most definitely your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I am your boy Jay Slay. Peace. God bless.
Chin tucked boxing, baby.